What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have all had a great Tuesday and hope you guys are ready for a live 2023 draft tonight, man. We have got the big board Superflex draft coming your way through Underdog Fantasy. So this tournament is like almost completely filled up. We're sitting at, let's just double check here. Yeah, 97.7% filled. So if you guys do want to get an entry in, make sure you do it sooner rather than later. It's probably not going to last through the night. So just so you guys know, it is filling, almost to the brim. So anyways, guys, like I said, hope everyone's doing phenomenal. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you guys are new to the channel. But most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. And any fantasy football topics, redraft, dynasty, best ball, whatever it may be. Any NFL topics, let me know. Throw them in the live chat. We'll get it going. All right. I'm going to go ahead and enter. For any of you guys who do want to enter with me, we've got 9 spots open. So those will fill over the next couple minutes. But I'm sure we can get this filled up. So there you go. And, of course, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy Football, you can double your first deposit dollar by dollar up to $100 with promo code THECATCH. Promo link in the description down below on the screen for you, all that good stuff. But man, I'm just excited to draft tonight. I am. This is probably going to be my last entry for this particular tournament, so I'm just excited to get another one going. And I appreciate you guys throwing it out on Discord that the tournament was filling, or was almost completely filled earlier in the day. I was getting worried. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it in time to get this going for the stream, but I'm happy I did. So, all right, okay. I mean, there's a no NFL news today. There's some, but nothing like crazy in my opinion. But we've got Allen Robinson being traded from the Rams to the Steelers, so that's a thing that's happening. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about this move? Like, for me, there's nothing like that we really need to go over here, but it's actually like a decent fit, I guess, because you've got Deontay Johnson and you've got Pickens there. I'm sorry. You've also got Freiermuth. Like, I don't know. Maybe Allen Robinson can make some plays this year, but I would not expect him to be in any way consistent. I don't know. The experiment with him and the Rams did not work out. I'm just not very confident here. But, I mean, veteran receivers can always kind of flourish in new environments and everything. But I think most of you guys would agree there's not much merit to this trade. It's an interesting trade when you break it down. I don't have anything in front of me, but, the Rams and Steelers kind of just like swapped late-round picks. And then the Rams are still paying a majority of Allen Robinson's deal. So I guess they just wanted to move on. It's weird, but I don't know. We had that happen out of nowhere today. All right, draft is full. Let's go, guys. Per The Athletic, as of like 2 hours ago, the Bengals are expected to ask running back Joe Mixon to take a pay cut. If he does not accept it, he will be let go. So we will see if that's a thing or not. But that's kind of been the speculation is that, throughout the offseason has been that the Bengals and Joe Mixon are going to be parting ways. And that's all we've really got. I mean, if there's anything else that came up, let me know in the chat. Anything you guys want to go over, let me know. But, yeah, that's about it. That's all I really got for you guys. So, it's that time of year. All right, we got J-W at the 1.2. I'll be hanging at the 1.9. It's going to be a weird draft. I really only got one entry with an early selection. Like, the first one I did was 1.10 off the board. We somehow got Trevor Lawrence, just early entries, right? But, yeah, I've got, like, one from the 1.2 or 1.3. I don't even remember what it was. Other than that, I've been in, like, the 1.8 or later every time. So, I don't have many stud QB builds, so to speak. All right, man. Thank you guys for spending part of your night here at the channel. Sorry, I'm a little disheveled. Had a couple things pop up before the stream, but I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to draft with you guys, and hopefully we can throw together a good-looking squad tonight. So, Thomas, what's up, man? How you doing, my guy? J-Dubs, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing, man? What's up, what's up? J-Dubs says my 21st Superflex draft. That's a good number to end on. 21 is like it's a good looking number. But you should try to get a couple more in. Why not? I wonder when it is going to officially wrap up. Could be tonight. Could be through the morning. We'll see. J-Dub says don't care about A-Rob. Fair enough. Albert, what's going on, my guy? Hello, hello. Spencer's in the house. What's up, broski? What up, what up? How we doing, man? How's everything going your way? All right, we got T-Law and Watson are the top available quarterbacks. We got every skill position player on earth available, but now we don't because Justin Jefferson goes at the 1.8. So we're going to take T-Law off the board. You know I'm happy with that. You know that's my guy. So I'm good with T-Law at 1.9 all day long. But it was going to be interesting if he went at the 1.8 in terms of where would have gone. I probably would have gone with JJ. Why not? But here we are. We got T-Law at the 1.9. So there's your skill position players to wrap up the first. JJ, Jamar Chase, C-Mac, and Tyreek. So the 1.12 team there goes with a little stack, picks up Tua as his QB1 on top of Tyreek, and into the second round we will move. So I'm probably going to go with another quarterback here and be boring. So sorry in advance. I don't know if Kelsey's sitting there, that could be intriguing. He's not. Yeah, it's just so tough. Like if you're sitting there 1.11, like you just go and grab arguably the best running back in fantasy football. And easily the best tight end in fantasy football. And it's just like, then you just pick up whatever quarterbacks are going to be there 35 and 38 as Watson's off the board. So I've got Prescott, Danny Dimes, Cousins, Rodgers, Goff, Geno, Russ, Derek Carr. If I were to go running back here, I mean, you've got everyone but C-Mac. If I was going to go receiver here, you've got Cup, Diggs, A.J. Brown as the top available players. But I'm probably just going to be boring here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up Dak Prescott as my Superflex quarterback. As long as he's not hurt and throwing like 20 interceptions, we should be okay. Thomas says should help Pickens. Yeah, I mean, if Allen Robinson is healthy and stays on the field, that is good for Pickens and Deontay Johnson. There's less defensive pressure, even good for Pat Freiermuth. But, like, I just wouldn't get too excited. So, J-Dub says finally a top 3 pick. Oh, good. I'm glad you got one, man. Yeah, no way you can pass up Mahomes at 1.2. Fields goes before Hurts and Burrow tonight, but we've seen that a couple times. Spence, what's good, man? I need not do Underdog until May. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. Let's see. Spencer, you trading out of the top 4 in Dynasty. Spence says potentially. Yeah, Dynasty Leagues. I got a couple things I got to kind of throw together here for our final details. The NFL draft is just rapidly approaching. So we're like in the final hours. The calm before the storm. All right, so interesting second round here. We see Tua, Watson, Prescott, Cousins, Danny Dimes off the board. Kelsey went at 2.2. 2 running backs so far in JT and Eckler. 3 receivers in Cup, Diggs, and Adams. There goes A.J. Brown. Yeah, I really need to kind of pencil in the NFL draft. I might, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I'd like to stream during the first round. We did that last year, but I don't know with the baby and everything if I'll be able to this year. Yeah, and I need to decide on a start date. You're right, J-Dubs. I've got a lot of things on my agenda that keep slipping by. All right, into the third round. Bijan, CeeDee Lamb, Aaron Rodgers gone. John, what would be your top 5 quarterbacks in Dynasty? I still, you just have to have Mahomes at 1. You know, I know like last year you probably had Allen at 1. It just, I don't know. I don't think there's any argument. Like, if Mahomes, I mean, if you lock up Mahomes for a long enough period, like, nothing else matters at your quarterback 1 position. Stays healthy, and he's the best in the league. I still think Allen is okay at 2. I really do. I know, like, people were worried about Allen and everything, and, like, but he played hurt all season. And he still played well, even though he was hurt. So I know, like, the Allen shares to a degree of taking a hit, but he was still your QB2 on the year with Mahomes at 1. Let me make this next pick. Man, I was hoping Goff would fall out there. I really was. All right, I'm going to go receiver here. I'm going to lock up Waddle. If Goff was there, I probably would have taken him off the board. He was looking very tempting. The next couple quarterbacks, though, get a little bit murky. Just in terms of, like, exactly where you want to rank them. I think, honestly, like, Hurts and Burrow are 3 and 4, right? But I think you could also view them as, like, 3A and 3B. Like, they're very, very close to me. Close for me, sorry. And Hurts brings that upside. And I don't think he brings risk by any means. But just a little bit different style of play, where Burrow is similar to, like, the Mahomes aspect, where, like, if you get Burrow on your team, like, you just know you have a sound quarterback for years to come, like, pocket, like, just OG type quarterback, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with whatsoever with the way that Jalen Hurts plays football. Like, you have a great quarterback as well if you draft Hurts in the Superflex Dynasty format as well. But I think they're very, very close for me, you know? And isn't it weird? Like, I mean, you could even argue that Hurts, you know, should be at 2. Finished 3rd overall, but he missed 2 games. Where Allen did not miss a single game. Man, I was hoping Kyler would fall out here. But we'll survive. Okay, I think I'm going to switch it up tonight. I'm going to go kind of like hero running back style. We're going to roll with Pollard tonight. But then, okay. So then you have 5, which is even more difficult for me. Because I love Justin Fields. I really do. But he definitely, in my opinion, holds the most risk at the moment. You know, just because the Bears aren't in a great position. Okay, they're not in a bad position. But they're not as structurally sound as, like, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Bengals. And probably the next 2 teams we'll talk about in just a second here, who you can probably guess. So I think there's more risk with Fields, plus his play style. If you go back and watch a lot of his film, he'll probably work on this, don't get me wrong. But he's not always great at not taking hits. Where, like, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, very, very good at avoiding contact. So, for the most part at least. So, I love Fields. But Herbert still has to be in the conversation at 5, undoubtedly. I know Herbert had the down season. But whatever. You know, all quarterbacks have down seasons. And if this was a year ago, like, people, you know, I would probably be sitting here arguing for Herbert at 2 or 3. Definitely at 3. But yeah, Herbert, I think will be fine. Just fine. Similar to, like, Burrow, like, if you lock up Herbert, you're good at the position. You know? Burrow's going to get a contract soon. Hurts got the contract, so, like, you know, that helps as well long term, right? But then T-Law. Seriously, Trevor Lawrence is very, very close for me at 5 for Dynasty formats. I just think Trevor Lawrence, because we have the smallest sample size, is going to be the outlier. He's not going to make the top 5 in drafts unless you have, like, a diehard Jags fan in your league. you know, but he's just so close for me. He really, really is. He's incredibly close to the Herbert and Fields range for me. And like I said, I think he's going to be the outlier. I think he's going to be pushed back in most of your drafts. And you might even see Lamar go before him in some drafts too. But I just think Trevor Lawrence is going to end up being that quarterback who, like, in the next year or two, if you did a startup draft this season and you were able to get T-Law at like 6, 7, 8, or 9, you're going to look back and be really happy about that. I really like where Trevor Lawrence is right now. So I don't know if that really answered your question, Spencer, because I went over far more than 5 quarterbacks, but it was good for conversation. So, yeah, Lamar misses the tier for me. And I feel like that just has to do with his situation going on, nothing else. So I think Lamar could easily be in that conversation as well. Tua, Watson, Prescott, Danny Dimes, that whole next tier is out. And we're purely talking about startup drafts. We're not talking about rookie drafts. So it's a whole different conversation. And where I've been over the past 2 or 3 weeks is that for me, if I am taking a rookie quarterback, I want it to be Bryce Young. And then with more of the developments we've had in the last day or so, that continues to look like a smart decision. All right, I'm going to pick a really boring quarterback here and go Kenny Pickett. And that kind of does it for me at quarterback tonight. And from here out, I can just kind of go load up at running back and receiver. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's see. Godfather, what's up, my guy? Hello, hello. J-Dub says Mahomes, Hurts, Allen, Burrow, Lawrence. I'm good at that list. Yeah, Hurts value definitely up a little bit with the contract. But I think Burrow will probably get... I won't be surprised if Burrow's contract is done before the season starts either. And I don't think Herbert's far off. So we'll see what happens. Herbert's weapons are a bit suspect long term, but if they get Zay Flowers, I'm in. Yeah, they do need to get him some help for sure. And I mean, not even a knock on Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, but it's just realistic, right? All right, I got to make this next draft selection. Probably need to go wide receiver here. And I think I want it to be Hopkins. A couple players I like on the board. But D-Hop sounds like fun. Let's go D-Hop. Let's see. Cats, what's up, man? Yes, I did see the Mixon news, quote unquote. We did discuss that at the beginning of the stream, but we'll see what happens. It's hard to speculate right now. We'll see what happens. And we've kind of been expecting for the Bengals and Joe Mixon to part ways anyway. So if it happens, then we'll just kind of sit back and see where he signs, you know. I won't be surprised, like, if he gets cut before the NFL draft, which I would expect that the Bengals, if he's going to get cut, like, they're going to do it before the draft starts, right? So, but on top of that, Mixon probably won't sign with the team until after the draft because teams are going to draft running backs, obviously. So, we'll see. Kat says I wouldn't test the market if I'm him. That's a good point. You know, do you want to stay with a playoff team in the Bengals, a team that went to the AFC Championship last year, the Super Bowl the year before, or do you want to go see what team wants to sign you and test the market and potentially get a worse deal. So, but I don't know. There's also part of me that could see Mixon wanting to go to a different team. I don't know. We'll see what happens. P. Morley, what's going on? Hello, hello. Lawrence over Herbert. Yeah, I think T-Law is going to be like I really think in a startup draft right now for this, for Dynasty, like the 1.6, 1.7 is probably the best spot to draft from because you probably will land Trevor Lawrence. Maybe, I don't know. It just depends on your league. Like 1.6 I would feel the most comfortable with, but and then you get an earlier second round pick. So I just, yeah. Jadip says time to grab a Mixon share. I should draft him in honor of it. One of us should draft him tonight. Is he on? He's still available, right? Yeah. Far from gone. Who do I want to draft for this next pick, man? I was kind of hoping somehow Monty would fall out. But oh well. At least I'm good at quarterback tonight. Like, jeez. I've had so many of these where quarterback has just been like a massive... I don't know. We've just tried to work around it in different ways. Except for that one early rounder I got. All right, so I want JSN right here, but I don't know if I'm going to get him. This team has 2 wide receivers. He does go wide receiver, goes Jameson Williams. I'm going to go JSN right here. And then if a Lockett falls out, I'll go Lockett with his next pick. If he does not fall out, I'll probably go Hollywood Brown. But both of them could get selected, so we'll see. If they both get selected, I'll probably go Pacheco. But literally all those players could get taken. We'll see what happens. All right, so what do we have going here? We got 3 receivers, 3 quarterbacks, Tony Pollard. Going to have to clean up with some late round running backs and late round tight end or 2. See what happens. I wonder what tournament they're going to open up next once this closes out. And if they're going to have one more tournament before the NFL draft. I didn't think Lockett was going to fall out, by the way. There he goes. But, or if they're going to wait until after the NFL draft. Oh, man. All right, so there goes every receiver we named. I don't know. Chris Godwin's still sitting here. Or I might go Pickens. I might go Pickens and get the stack. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's do it. I'm okay with that. Let's do it. I should have been paying more attention to potential stacks. Like I probably should have gone Kirk, since I love him, against his ADP over Hopkins. But oh well. It is what it is. Jadip says stack Pickens, please. You got it, bro. You got it. All right, 8th round here. Let's do it. J-Dubs, what are you up to over there, man? Mahomes and Bryce Young. Adams, Lamb, Metcalf, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I have a feeling they'll probably just close this out, and then they won't have another tournament until after the NFL draft. I don't know for sure. All right, so we've gotten all these different reports in terms of the NFL draft, right? So I plan on running a startup mock either tomorrow or Thursday night. So we'll kind of break this down a little bit more, but like all of the selections are kind of changing. So the theory now is that Bryce Young is going to the Panthers for sure, which we had already kind of speculated on. And then there's a couple theories for what's going to happen with the Texans at pick 2. One theory is that they stay there and they take whoever they want, but not a quarterback as part of that theory. The other more kind of, maybe not promising, but popular, scenario is that the Texans trade out of that spot and they allow whomever to come up to pick number 2 and take, theoretically, CJ Stroud. But I've also heard that Will Levis is in the conversation and go as early as pick 2 or 3. But I've also heard that Levis could continue to fall back in the draft. So I don't know. It's going to get interesting. But here is a mock by Peter Schrager. I do like Peter Schrager. I really do. He's, in terms of NFL media, I'm not a fan of most of them, but I like Peter Schrager for sure. Anyways, he's got Bryce Young at 1.1. He's got the Colts trading up 2 spots to go with CJ Stroud. Okay. So that puts the Cardinals staying at 3. They go Will Anderson. The Texans are now at pick 4. They go Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. He's got Anthony Richardson going to the Seahawks. Jalen Carter going to the Detroit Lions. This is already interesting. All right, let me make these 2 draft selections, and then we'll get back to this. Keep you guys in suspense. I think I am going to go running back with this next pick. I think that's the move here. I probably need to go running back with at pick 105 and 112. So I'd like Rachaad White right here. Yeah, for sure. Happy with that pick. The next pick, honestly, I would take Joe Mixon at this point, but Mixon, Connor, Kamara, A.J. Dillon, like I'd take any of those guys. All right, so we got the Raiders going with the offensive tackle out of Northwestern, Nolan Smith out of Georgia going to the Falcons, which I think would be a really good pick for them. Christian Gonzalez going to the Bears, Bijan Robinson going pick 10 to the Eagles. And here's an interesting selection. Hendon Hooker at pick 11 to the Titans. Okay. Will Levis at pick 12 to the Texans. So there's a theory too. Maybe the Texans like Will Levis. They trade out of the 1.2 and they still get a quarterback at 1.12. All right, Broderick Jones going to the Jets. Devin Witherspoon going to the Pats. JSN goes as the first wide receiver off the board to the Green Bay Packers. Dalton Kincaid goes to the Washington Commanders. All right, I'll kind of fly through here. Michael Mayer goes to the Chargers. Jordan Addison goes to the Vikings. Zay Flowers goes to the Giants. Jahmyr Gibbs goes to the Cowboys. That's the first time I've seen that. And I actually think that would be quite interesting. If they don't end up getting Bijan, I think that would actually be interesting. All right, I'm going Joe Mixon, baby. Let's do it for the stream. Remind me in a year how that goes. Darnell Washington goes to the Bengals. Jonathan Mingo, pick 29, wide receiver out of Mississippi. I like it. Quinn Johnston goes to the Kansas City Chiefs with the final selection of the first round. Yeah, so there's kind of an updated draft for you guys with all this news coming out in terms of the Texans not wanting a quarterback at 1.2. certainly is interesting. How much attention do you personally pay attention to ADP when drafting? Not a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, I always encourage you guys to go after guys that you have your own conviction in. So, in a sense, I do, but that's also why you want to get in a lot of mock drafts and regular drafts, because it's going to give you a feel of when players go, especially against their ADP. And at the end of the day, ADP only means so much, you know, and it just consistently changes throughout the off season and regular season. The off season, I guess, all that really matters, but you know, unless you're playing DFS. But yeah, so I don't pay a ton of attention to it, but I guess it's still there. You know what I mean? Cats, the talk that the Texans take Levis is just blasphemous. I mean, it's out there. I don't know. And then you have to be careful because some of this is just like smoke screens, right? Because teams are trying to go out and, you know, make sure that they can lock up whoever they want to lock up. So I don't know, man. It's tough to get a read on a lot of this stuff. All right, I got a tough pick with this next selection. Do I need to go with another running back? Probably the smart thing to do. I think I'd like to get A.J. Dillon here. I think that's where I'm going. Brian Robinson sitting here too is not a bad pick. You got Flowers and Johnston sitting right there. All right, give me A.J. Dillon. I mean, that gives us Pollard, Rashad White, Joe Mixon, A.J. Dillon. J-Dub says, I respect the ADPs within reason. I usually don't go 10 picks past ADPs when I reach. I mean, yeah, that's a fair point, too. J-Dub says, great value, especially if he takes the pay cut. 100%. Yeah, if he stays with the Bengals, I actually think it's a pretty decent pick right there. P. Murley, I trade the AFC South. Seems unlikely. That's a good point, too. I mean, that's just Peter Schrager's mock, so I don't know. His reasoning, I'll read to you in a minute. Nah, I don't know. That doesn't really make sense. Would Indianapolis trade... they're saying that the Colts would trade DeForest Buckner and the number 4 overall spot. So, like, they're going to make an offer that the Texans can't refuse, essentially. All right, give me my tight end. Let's go Cole Kmet here. Not the most, like, crazy pick, but we'll scoop him up there. We need one. Darnold watching the Bengals could be fire. He's a beast. Yeah, I mean, most of the drafts out there have the Bengals taking a tight end in the first round, so we'll see. I really want to know where Anthony Richardson goes. That's what I'm more interested in. All right, let me see if I can find another one of these mocks that's kind of updated. It's crazy. Like, there's so many of these that people aren't even going to count now. All right, here's one from 50 minutes ago. That should work. Oh, no. That's just for the Jaguars. Just a Jaguars mock. Sorry. All right, I'll find one, I promise. Maybe I won't. Maybe everyone's just staying away from putting out mocks. Yeah, none of these look updated to me. Nope. All we've got is Peter Schrager to go off of, boys and girls. I like those picks right there. Sky Moore and Tyler Boyd, J-Dubs. J-Dub says, main reason I try not to overdraft on ADPs is I try to keep the value low on players I like, 100%. Higher you take them, the more the ADP rises, 100%. Especially when it's players I like Kenneth Gainwell and Christian Kirk. Got to move them up the boards. Speaking of, Kenneth Gainwell is available at the moment. I have a feeling I'm not going to end up landing him, though. There goes the brisket. There's actually 2 players available right now I would really like to draft. Which, if you guys could see the board, you could probably guess. So I'm interested to see he goes here at 152. I don't know if I'll get both. Okay. All right, give me Lazard. And I don't know if I'm going to get Zay Jones at 160, but I'd really like him for this build, especially since we have T-Law, which you could argue I should have even gone Zay Jones before going Allen Lazard. But here's a particular case where I am looking at ADP. Lazard's ADP is slightly higher, so there's a lesser likelihood that Lazard is available at 160 in comparison to Zay Jones. I mean, that would be the kind of scenario I look at ADP with personally. Like, if I draft this player versus this player, who's more likely to fall out? And as we're creeping up to pick 160, moving into the 14th round, I've got Kenneth Gainwell and Zay Jones here. And so I'm probably creeping in on being able to take one or the other. No. All right, it'll only be bad if Gainwell goes right here. But yeah, I am kind of disappointed. I probably should have gone after the stack there. But I had a feeling I might be able to get both Allen Lazard and Zay Jones. And we're not getting Kenneth Gainwell either. That's okay, though. Is it crazy that I'm, tempted to take Zeke right here? All right, I'll go KJ Osborne. I need a receiver, so. Oh, man. It only happens in underdog drafts when I start talking about it. It's the only time that I get sniped. Or if Michael's drafting with us. But yeah, DPJ at 13.10, Zay Jones at 14.2, Gainwell at 14.3, I think are all good picks. Any news on Justin Ross? Patrick Mahomes came out and said something positive about him. That's about all I got. I mean, I do think that the Chiefs will continue to add wide receivers. You know what? That's the thing. Teams are also making depth moves right now, so we have to be careful not to get too caught up in that as well. All right, I'm going to have to throw together a queue here because we're moving into, dangerous territory where we're going to start going after some lower tier players. All right, into the 15th round we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight, man. I appreciate you guys coming out to the channel, spending part of your night here. Oh, I forgot you have Mahomes, J-Dubs. Yeah, you should just draft anyone related to the Chiefs. Yeah, in your scenario, you should go Ross. And Richie James, right? All right. I might be able to land Zeke still at 177. Is it a smart idea? I don't know. We'll find out. There's a couple players I like sitting here. Tight end starting to dry up a little bit. But I got my boy Cole Kmet. That's all that matters. I actually like this team so far tonight. Receiver is a little interesting, but I like the guys we got. I mean, I just feel like Zeke as like an RB5 could end up getting some valuable touches on the right team, you know? So that's all I'm saying. All right, take him off the board. And I'll probably get like one rookie running back on this team. Other than that, I'm done at running back. Pollard, Rashad White, Joe Mixon, AJ Dillon, and Zeke is a very interesting start. All right, so I need some depth at receiver and tight end. Ultimately, got 5 more picks here. So we should be able to clean up all right. I'm going to try and land Rashid Shaheed right here. It's my wide receiver 7. I'd be okay with that. Draymond Green suspended 1 game for stepping on dude. On dude. Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have stomped on him. But the other dude shouldn't have been grabbing his leg either. I feel like 20 years ago that happened like every other play. Like both aspects. But yeah, I mean, the Warriors have to be careful right now. Like, I mean, they're down 2 games in the series. So we'll lose. And Draymond was playing really well, too. All right, let's go Shaheed right here. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, the only thing I wish happened with this team is that I landed Zay Jones or Gainwell at 14.4. But I'm not too upset about Osborne. Other than that, I like this draft a lot. That's your boy, J-Dubs. I was actually surprised. Like, I thought there was a chance you were going to take Shaheed in the 14th or 15th. But with you going after some Chiefs receivers, I think that makes sense, too. Vegas won't let Golden State lose to... Yeah. I don't know. That's been a series. Like, I've been actually betting a lot on the NBA playoffs so far. But just live bets. That's been a series I've been staying away from. For the most part. It's just been, I don't know. One of those ones that makes you a little queasy. Thomas, I like Draymond Green a lot. He's solid, but plays dirty sometimes. He does. That's probably why I like him a little bit, though. I like those kind of like roughhouse defenders, so. Did the Suns game end? I'm sure it's over by now, right? No. I'm bad at time. Suns are way up. Well, not way up. But they're looking okay. Cavs played great earlier. Celtics Hawks. That was the other one I caught most of. All right, I'm on the clock here. Wow. Curtis Samuel's the only player on my queue left. So I'm going to draft him. Yeah, I mean, I've got 5 running backs. I need some tight end help. I should probably go tight end with this next pick. I don't know. There's some tight ends here in the later rounds that I like. I might just go like Dwayne McBride, Chase Brown. I don't know, Evan Hull, Deuce Vaughn. Like, I don't know. There's just so many good. McIntosh. There's going to be a good rookie running back at the end of this draft, unless J-Dubs drafts them all. But I don't know. I like my chances right here if I go receiver or tight end. But receivers aren't necessarily looking too intriguing, to say the least. Who's available at quarterback? Huntley, Darnold, Heineke. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I got 3 solid guys. I think I'm going to go Noah Fant right here. Are you kidding me? What? What was that? Jeez. Sweeney K with the snipes tonight, man. Gerald Everett way past ADP. I love it. Yeah, I think the only isn't Everett potentially not going to get re-signed? No, he's under contract. Why did I think he was potentially not getting re-signed? Yeah, why is Everett going that late? I mean, unless they draft a tight end, I guess would be the only issue. John betting against my Kraken tonight. Did I bet against them? I don't even remember what my bets for the day were. Because I threw together some heavy live bets today. And once they cleared, I haven't looked at anything. Oh, I did. I went with the Avalanche for sure. Well, I hope Seattle wins, man. It was a small unit day for my straight bets, so I don't really care about them at this point. But yeah, I definitely thought Colorado would win. I don't know. I think I'm going to put together or throw down a good amount on Carolina to win their series, like a future bet. I think they're gonna be all right. But hockey's so weird, man. Hockey's like arguably the most dangerous sport to bet on. Baseball's pretty close. J-Dub says the guy at 1.3 is crazy. I love Chicago, but he can't support 2 top end wide receivers. Wait, at what? 1.3. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, he went. Oh my gosh, he went super heavy at running back. Oh no, it's a strategy. Yeah, I mean he's relying very heavy on DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney. Oh, and he went double. Look at that. He's got Jones with Randall and Hodgins. Picked up Corey Davis. Tried to get someone for Rodgers. It's an interesting strategy. Remind me in a year, Huckleberry. All right, where am I going with this pick? Man, Cade Otton got drafted. I needed him. I thought he would fall out. Well, that's a bummer. Jeez. All right, give me Darnell Washington. I don't have a choice. I might not be able to draft that rookie running back now. I might need an additional tight end. I should have gone Cade Otton over McCole Hardman. I thought he'd fall out. I could go Hunter Henry. I could go Zach Ertz. go Musgrave. I might go Bellinger. I mean, I know Waller's there and everything, but... Or I could take a chance on a rookie running back here and just say that Darnell Washington's a starter next year. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Evan Hull. Why not? I mean, I got Joe Mixon and Zeke on my team, so I'm okay with that pick. But yeah, I probably should have gone... In place of Hardman, I should have gone Otten. And then, I don't know, but when you look at receivers right now, like that probably would have meant I would have drafted Robert Woods or Darius Slayton would have been there. That's probably who I would have gone with. But hey, woulda, shoulda, coulda. All right. I'm going to take a look at J-Dubs' team as he wraps up here. My homies Young and Ritter. I mean, Young is going to start. And Ritter's going to start. And you got Mahomes. So, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Akers, Kamara, Carter, Jerome Ford, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm okay with the running back room. Adams, Lamb, Metcalf, Sky Moore, Tyler Boyd. Changed me. MVS. I mean, I think for your situation, that makes sense. Ingram, Jawan Johnson, and Everett are all good values where you got them, man. So, yeah. I'm going to let this finish so it stops switching me around. It's a bet, and if not, they have a top 10. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about the Bears situation. I thought you were talking about your team. Justin Ross, why not take him there, man? Why not? If you have Mahomes. J-Dub says, I love my team. Yeah, I think structurally it's a very good team. All right, what in the world did I do? We got T-Law, Prescott, and Pickett. I'm okay with that. We kind of went hero running back style. Tony Pollard, Rashad White, Mixon, A.J. Dillon, Zeke, and Evan Hull. I love this running back room for a best ball tournament. I really do. Wide receiver is my biggest issue because I like having, like... I mean, I still like this wide receiver room. I think it's fine for a best ball tournament. It's not my favorite. Waddle, Hopkins, JSN is really nice. Pickens and Lazard I really like too. So I don't know. I like this wide receiver room. I like Osborne and Shaheed. I just really wish I got Zay Jones in there for just a little bit of a stack, you know. Curtis Samuel, McCole Hardman at pick 201 and 208 I'm okay with. Tight end's a little bit of an issue. Like I like Cole Kmet as much as anyone, but I took a gamble with passing on Kate Otten when I did, and I mean, I'm just banking on Darnell Washington being a starter and being, you know, productive next season, which, you know, he certainly could. I don't know. Interesting draft tonight. I'm just happy that I got 3 quarterbacks who will be starters next year. And hero running back style, I think all things considered, we turned out pretty good. J-Dubs, I like your team tonight as well. 3 stud receivers. I mean, you got Mahomes. Cleaned up pretty nicely at running back in mid-rounds. Tight end room looks great. Good late-round receivers, but more importantly, you built a couple stacks with those late-round receivers. So I thought it was a good draft for you as well. Whew. Man. I'm going to check here just so you guys know. The fill rate is at 98.1%. That just changed to 98.2%. So if you guys do want to get another entry in, you probably have time tonight, but I would do it sooner rather than later. Yeah. J-Dub says last Superflex, I feel empty. Yeah, man. It's over. It's done. Get another one in before you go to bed. But yeah, I'm just excited to see what tournament comes out next. If I get any word, I'll let you guys know. But until then, we'll just kind of see what happens. I don't think they're going to run another tournament before the NFL draft, though. So, but if I get any word, I'll check my updates and I'll let you guys know for sure. But thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you to those of you who came out to the stream, talked some fantasy football, hung out with me, and thank you, Jados, for drafting with me, and thanks for everyone who spent part of their night here at the channel. I'm going to go ahead and have to sign off. We started a little bit later than I wanted to tonight, but it is what it is. So, yeah, man, thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the continued support throughout the off season. And that'll wrap it up for tonight. So, hope you guys had fun tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And check out the links down below. Join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram. All that good stuff. And that's going to wrap it up, man. So, love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Let me know if you guys need anything. And that's going to do it. So, with that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And